Hello everybody and welcome back to Planet Zoo, where you may be wondering what I'm doing over by the staff area. Well, what I'm going to do is delete it all because we've got lovely new buildings. So I might just go like one thing at a time. I don't know actually. We'll have to see. Hang on. Into facilities, and let's go into staff facilities and see what we've got now. We've got a large keeper hut. I think we now have large keeper huts rather than just small ones, and they can have a few more keepers in. Whereas we've got loads and loads and loads of little tiny huts around. So I think it would be really, really nice to just change these. And because we're kind of in the middle of the African themed bits of the zoo, they've got the Asian themed bits of the zoo over here. And I'm going to be doing, because the community challenge is for cheetahs today, we are going to make a whole new part of the zoo. And we're going to call it Big Cat Mountain. Okay, we're going to have like Monkey Island and Big Cat Mountain. These are all going to come in the future. But Big Cat Mountain is going to get started hopefully today, if not next episode. But the first thing I want to do before we can get started with any of that, the zoo is going to get too big now and we're going to have to get work zones. And if I'm going to change all this around, I need to do it before we need the work zones. So, okay. I would say, how about we start off? Now the keeper, we're better off with the keeper stuff around here because they can get more quickly out to the, I mean, I kind of think we should almost join those paths up as well. That would be probably a good way for them to sort of be able to get to the elephants and stuff. Not that they really need to, but maybe they could get around to things around that way a bit easier. I don't know, but I think that might be a good thing. The more joined up the paths are, the easier it is for everyone to get around. So I'm going to start off, I will just replace everything. So veterinary surgery, because what I don't want to do is to delete everything and then realise I don't have something that I need. So we're going to go with the African Origins veterinary surgery. Wow, that looks amazing. It's going to take a bit more space than previously, though. It's fine, we have space. Okay, and then we have the Animal Trade Center. African Origins Animal Trade Center. You are going to go back here. That way we've got a bit more room for everything else. Okay? As I say, I can move all this around if I feel like I need to move it, but... So, African Origins Quarantine. We have a quarantine workshop, staff room large. And I'm putting all large buildings in instead of having two small ones as well. So that should actually, in overall, save us a bit of space. This is gonna look so much better! Oh my goodness me. So much better. What's this around here? The research center. Alright then. I kind of feel that's really cramped around there now, so I want to put it kind of here, I think. Where's the door though? Oh, there's the door. Okay. I might have to play around with the paths a little bit. That'll do for that one. And let's just squiggle around that path a bit. Nice. As I say, I may still move a few things around, but seems fine to me. Because the trade centre, it doesn't really matter where it is. Whereas things like the vet, I mean, do they get to use these cars? Because that would be amazing. I'm thinking they might just be placeholders, but if they get to use them, that's great. I've never seen anyone using cars before. I wasn't, well maybe. I haven't really kind of looked at transport or anything like that. So I'm going to look at facilities. Transport rides. No, we've only got the monorail, so I figure that they're just for show, but we'll see. If they start driving around in them, I'll be super happy. Oh, that's irritating. I'm going to ignore it for now. I may completely move this though. So we're going to get rid of the 2 staff rooms. Now these staff rooms have enough space at the moment for 4 people to be in them. So I need the large staff room to have 8 people. Oh gosh, what did I delete there? Control Z. Alright, I just deleted the inside of it and not the whole thing. Okay, that's fine. So, large staff room. Large African origins staff room. It is huge! This is massive. Alright, I might need to put that somewhere else just temporarily while I get rid of some of the other buildings. We'll move it all around. We'll shake it all about and do the hokey cokey. Okay, so I want to get rid of 2 of the keeper huts. I also want to have a look at this quickly. And I want to see how many people can be in there. If I can. 12. Whereas the other one had, what, 4? Or was it 8? I think it was 8. Regardless, it's fine. We can always put another one in if we need it. So then we also need research center and a workshop. I think they should all come around here. I mean, is that a second research center? Yeah, we've got 2. Can we have a large research center? Workshop. Veterinary surgery. Trade center. Staff room, large. Large research center. We can, so I think we might do that. We might have, instead of 2 small ones, we'll have 1 large one. Okay, that will fit there. That will fit there. I mean, the idea is to try and make these look nicer than they were. I'm not sure that they are looking nicer, but we'll see. Because as we're getting larger and larger buildings, it's getting harder and harder. I might need to delete and redo some of the paths. To try and fit things in a little bit more easily. Oh gosh, and I've done what I said I wasn't going to do. And that is to completely forget to myself what I was supposed to be putting in where. Right, the staff room needs to go there, doesn't it, really? It needs to go in the corner here because it's a really large, huge building. There we go. So that's their staff room. I might even need to center it a little more actually into that area. I'm gonna make this look pretty. I'm determined. I'm gonna delete all these little tiny bits of path. If I can. There we are. Oh, not that one. This one. Please. Thank you. And what I said I wanted to do was to try and sort of very slightly move this. Just to make it a little bit more in the middle. I feel like it needs to go back a bit as well. So I Control Z it and then I'm going to just move it to about there. There we go. So now I want a large keeper hut. And we also need a workshop. We did a large facility here. I feel like that needs turning around a bit as well. That all just needs sorting out big time. I actually feel like this path here is superfluous to demands a little bit. Surplus to demand, I suppose. I don't feel like it's needed. I feel like I would get bigger and better buildings in if I didn't have paths all the way around like that. What I could do is just shoehorn this path into here. Oops. I still had it on delete and I didn't mean to. Like that. And I'm also going to get rid, I think, of this staff path here. I think there's too many staff paths and it's not allowing me to put enough buildings of the right size in, and then all the buildings I've got look really scruffy. So I'm actually thinking what I might do with this path here is just redirect it. So it's doing this. There we are. So we've still got our cool area. And I'm still keeping that habitat gate there as well. I'm probably going to still move this one though. Because it's pretty horrible in that position. I want it to be more in line with the things around it. There would be fine. So we've got things like quarantine and the vet and everything all in line there. We've got the staff room there. The staff room could even afford to come back a little more now. See, so we've got all these nice pretty buildings. In fact, the staff room actually could afford to go over here now. And that would look quite cool. Yes, I like it there, actually. Okay, so now I need a large keeper hut. I still do want everything onto the staff path, though. I don't want staff buildings going on to the main paths. Go there. This is looking so much better. Oh my goodness me. And then I need a workshop. But the question is, where's the workshop gonna go? It would fit there, but it wouldn't look too good. So what I'm actually thinking is not to bother with a workshop over here. I also want that to move back a bit. I think that's not quite in a good place there. I don't want everything to be so crammed in. So I want space and I want good looks and things, so gonna move these over a bit because of that. I'm gonna delete that little scraggly bit of path there. It will let me. So there, we've got a much nicer sort of staff area over here. Now hopefully I'll be able to see here how much that affects the sorry, I can't think when my throat is clogged up. So I'm gonna have a look at the guest impact. We'll be able to see guest negative impact on guests. Very slight overlap onto the path there. I think we can get away with that. I think that's okay. That has a very big negative impact on the guests, unfortunately. But we can survive, I think. That actually has a huge negative impact on the guests coming up through here as well. I mean, we could angle the path around very slightly just to get it out of the way. But honestly, I think we can handle that. It's one tiny little bit with a negative impact. If I find that's a problem later, I will move the path around, or I'll move this and put a smaller building in there or something like that. But I think we're good. So what I want to do is put a workshop somewhere. So I want to also change over the things over here. So we have a workshop over here. We have a staff building. And we have a keeper hut. So I want to change all of those. I'm going to change all of that over. I'm just going to move these trees just for now, because obviously I put them in just to make it look a bit prettier over there. I'll move them away. I'm just going to redo a few things. So I want a nice East Asian style staff room and keeper hut. I think we want a small keeper hut this time though. I'm actually going to move it. I'm actually going to move all of this over here a little bit. Because I think what I'm going to want is other than the pangolins, I mean the pangolins are still coming under the sort of Africa part of the zoo a little bit. That's fine. I may move them later if I need space for like a monorail or something along those lines. But I'm going to try and make a mini hub out here. So to do that, the first thing I want to actually do is put a staff path in. Doesn't need to be anything particularly special. Just like that or something. And then I can put all different habitats. Do you know what? I don't even think that that's right. I think what I want is something like around here. And it's this whole idea of everything being like a wheel. Okay, so what I can do in future... Obviously, we've got the habitat gate for the pandas is currently just there. That could be moved to here, if need be. I've got a doofer over here that needs to probably be moved slightly. I'll just make sure there's a path to it. Because it gets very annoyed if people can't get to it to give it sort of... Oh, it's the wrong way around. No. There we are. Okay, so then amongst all of that, we can then put all of the things we want. So I'll probably put a large workshop in over here because we've lost the workshop over the other side. We've got room for it over here. So I'll put a large staff room in. Nicer just in the middle, actually. I don't get why it always has to have this. It looks nicest the other way around. I don't know. There's the path gone. So there we are. Then we're going to have, for now, a small keeper hut. I may upgrade that later. And this just keeps the guest impact all in one place. I'm going to try and keep it kind of away from the guests a little bit more than I have been. So I want a large... I'll probably have to go on this side, actually. Kind of wanted it within the loop, but never mind. We want a large workshop. Research center, staff room, trade center, vet surgery, workshop. The Indian ones are beautiful. Oh, they're so nice. And we've got New World as well. Because I've researched all the themes now. But unfortunately we don't seem to have a large workshop. Unless I went past it. Quarantine, keep a hut. And a little workshop there. Might need more than one workshop because of that. Let's see. Well, it honestly seems like they're able to research everything that they want to research from there, so I don't see the need to make that large then. That might be that they seem alright. If they struggle, I'll put another one in. Eventually, though, I'll be able to get rid of the research centres and the workshops anyway. So we've got a nice big staff room, a little keeper's hut. I might need to increase the size on that or make that be more or whatever. Got no staff in there right now. So let's have a look if there's any things. Can't find accessible workshop for space. Can't find accessible staff room. So let's just play it a sec and see how many of those disappear and see if we still have any problems. No, we've got some visitors as well we can say hello to. Hello, 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 hello. So you can get up to about 200 credits a day just from logging in, getting 100 credits for logging in, and then another about 100 credits just for saying hello to people. So that's 200 credits straight off the bat just from saying hello to people. I'm going to have a quick look and make sure that the electricity coverage is fine. Yeah, seems good. It's covering the panda pen and everything. However, what I might actually do, again, I don't want any, I want, ideally, the backs of pens to be, so then the pen is in the way, like I've got over there, but with the panda pen, that doesn't seem to be the case, because the panda pen is round. So what I want to do with that is to have a little bit of maybe planting or something here, so I'm going to actually move this little dude around to the back here. Well, let me move you. I don't want to edit your group. I just want to move you. Apparently that's not a thing. So we're going to delete that. I'm going to put a new one in just because that's easier for me. It's probably very simple to put it in, but I'm struggling. So I'm like, you know what? How big an area does wind turbine cover? Why is that better? Anyone tell me? Well, I want one. I want a wind turbine. I decided. It looked well cooler. Right. So I'm going to get rid of this little annoying doofer of path over here as well. Not that annoying doofer of path. This annoying doofer of path. Right. I'm also going to get rid of this doofer of path. And we're going to put in another little bit of staff path. Just around here. So that's what we've got there. And then I can put I'll just say I can put some trees or bushes or whatever in there and pretend that I'm hiding that from... What am I doing? Hiding that from the sight of the guests. There's also a little bit of path there. Don't know if I'll be able to get rid of that. Yes, I can. I like the fact that you can. I really, really like that. Okay, so then from there, we can put different habitats and things in around here. In fact, I'll move these trees. They've got a new home now. Do they actually look good there? One could do with maybe turning around because I don't believe that they should both be like the same orientation there. Makes them look a bit silly and a little bit unnatural. Oh, that looks quite nice. Okay, cool. It's got our staff area there, and the staff seem pretty happy with that. Apparently I got a prize for 35,500 ticket profit. Nice. Release one reticulated giraffe. No! You're not getting my giraffe. Oh, goodness me. This is such a beautiful part of the park. So the pangolins could move over here. And many other sort of East Asian species could move over here. Now, the reason I'm doing all of this is because I'm going to want to set up some work zones. And in order to set up my work zones, I feel like that would be better the other way around. I don't know why. But it's fine. I just need to leave it. I can put planting in to hide things. It's my favourite thing to do. I have like pots and stuff I can put around the place now as well. Oh, I need something bigger than that. Not quite as big as a baobab tree though. Or maybe we should stick with African plants because that's nice. That would fit beautifully there actually. Would shade everybody as they went past. Some mangrove apples and maybe a river bush willow or two. And we'll just hide all of this with trees. She's just going through the building. Don't worry. Don't worry, guys. It's fun. No, that's just completely crowding everything. That might actually need to move a little. If I want to put planting around the back to hide everything, then they're going to need to just move forward to facilitate that. But that's fine. I am quite happy about that situation. So put that there. I want some nice big flowers or ferns or something. Like there's tiny things and it's like the zoo is too big for that. Oh, custard apples, they're quite good. Make a little bit of an informal hedge going on there. Thorn acacia, that's nice. But the trees are too big now. I need bushes, really. But we don't have many bushes. We have a lot of... I would like more big bushes in this game. Dot a few of those around. I don't know if that even looks good. No, it doesn't really look good, does it? Oh, these larger ones are quite cool though. Put a couple of those in. Not too many. Again, I want things to look natural and diverse. Oh, that's good. I said I wanted bushes. I have a larger one back there. Yeah, that's nice. I like a lot. So these tamarind trees, I like them. They're nice. Some ferns around the place. I just want to generally make this area look cool. Hopefully I'm succeeding with that and not completely messing it up. The nice thing is if I decide later on that I've messed it up, I can just go back and change it all around. Frankincense tree. You're pretty cool. Now some of you in between. Oh yeah. So we've got quite a nice leafy green bit there. As I say, I may change that about. I think we might need something with a bit, like, it's nice to have things like this because they have a bit of stature to them. Even though they are massive. I actually think we could almost do with something with a little bit more bigness to it around here. So what was that, a kapok tree? A couple of those around here. I almost feel like the elephants need one in their place. Need a tree or two. I said I would decorate the elephant pen. However, Big Cat Mountain is not going to make itself. And we're already half an hour in. And I haven't even started to play the game yet. I haven't even pressed play. Like, apart from to make all of these guys. Also, I wanted to set up work zones today. And that's not really happening, is it? No. Quite cool from up above. So many trees. So many trees in my zoo. Because my zoo's cool and has lots of trees. Actually not as many trees as there probably should be in the bongo pen. But they seem quite happy right now, for once. Ever since I took the boys away, I'm not going to say anything about that. Okay, Big Cat Mountain. So for a Big Cat Mountain, you're kind of going to need a lot of terrain modifications. I have a lot of money, so I feel like that's fine. It doesn't seem like my money is really stretching right now, though. It's making a bit of a loss, but it goes up and down. We'll see. I mean, probably because all I've been doing lately is building new staff buildings. It's probably not helping too much. So what I want to do is to sort out the terrain and then go back and build roads and things over it and things like that. So we're going to need a sculpting tool. Rough and smooth, chisel, pull. So the first thing I'm gonna want to do is pull, and I'm gonna need a much larger size of brush tool for it. Paint is down as auto paint. I'll just keep with that. I'll probably paint a lot of it myself anyway later. So I will probably end up smoothing a lot of the top of this, but I'll keep a lot of this roughness around it. It's going to cost a bit to do. But this is why, obviously, I've started off with a nice flat zoo. I may need more than that. I don't know how many different big cats we're going to have. I don't know exactly how tall I'm going to go with it. Probably a bit taller than this, so... And I imagine I'll probably use a lot of, like, New World themed stuff for Big Cat Mountain. So what I want really is like this big plateau. I don't know if this is the most ideal way to do it. So let's flatten to foundation then. We can sort of flatten up the top a little bit. Just get everything a little bit more even. And then I'll probably ruggedize then some of the individual pens. But I do need to have enough of a place where they can walk and stuff. Right, so now I probably want to flatten the surface a little bit as well. Try and flatten it up. So how much have I ended up raising? That's terrible. Barely any. So, can we make this any... Any bigger? No. Okay, so let's just play around with some terrain tools and see. Chisel will chisel out parts. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, here we go. This will help us build some height. Let's get this as big as we can. What I can do is build blocks. And then I can try and flatten them out later. And smooth them and stuff. But this will give me the height I need. Because I can't call it Big Cat Mountain and it like barely be high at all. I mean, that would just totally suck, right? I can't drag it around, so painting, water, terrain stamp. I can make a sphere, I can make a cylinder, I can make a pyramid. Squares seem fine. Mountain might take a bit of doing, but I am going to have a good mountain, okay? It'll just take a few minutes just to get this. And then I'm going to smooth it and flatten the top. Yes, that's looking more like the sort of mountain I want. Okay, so now let's go back into sculpting and do a little bit of smoothing, I would say. Let's see if I can get this into more of a... smooth shape. I mean, I am completely and utterly playing around with all of this right now. I may need to do some pushing, pulling, flattening, chiseling, everything really. So that's smoothing it, but probably not quite enough. I will need to do some flattening to surface, I think. Flatten me some flattened stuff. Yeah. Oh, this is doing good. I am eating through money though. I'll need to smooth out the edges a bit as well. Oh no, 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 no. Don't want none of that. See, what I'm just trying to do right now is get height. And then I can add extra jaggedy bits and raggedy bits. This is quite a cool, like, plateau we've got going on here now. Oh, this is good. This is exactly what I want. Oh, no, 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 no. From there. Flatten it out. Yeah, pull it up, pull it up, pull it up. That's right. Okay. So there's the starts of Big Cat Mountain. It will probably get more mountainous as we go. So now what we need to do is get a path going all the way up to here. So that's going to be my next challenge. And we're going to have the cheetahs up here as well. We've got some little rocky bits as well, which is quite cool. Right, so the path will want to be at least 6 meters wide, as usual. And we're going to need a nice big ramp. What do you mean obstructed? It is not obstructed. Oh, we're still doing staff paths. No, we do not want that. We want the log paths. We want people to be able to get up here. Now, obviously, you know what I'm going to say now. Oh, hang on. I think my computer is like, I don't like this. Okay, I'm going to say now. I don't like this little bump here. So is there anything that I can do to unbump this? To get it to be flat? Delete that. Oh, I can delete one tiny section. Okay. Let's see if that will do it. Oh, just off. Just off. Intersecting the terrain just very slightly. It's trying to moderate the terrain, but it can't. So let's delete the path there, and let's just see if I try to continue this. From this side. I'm trying to continue it from this side. No. I'm just going to delete this path back a little bit. Because it's so close. So close. You get off. You go away. You go back there. Back where you belong. Okay, so if I just brought the terrain down a very tiny bit, I wonder. This might just take a little bit of messing. But I just gave that a little push. Could we maybe then get the path to work? The answer is yes. But then it wants to come up, but it can't. So I wonder if I can flatten the top of this plateau to be in line. Just delete all the path over here. To be just in line with the path, because we're going to struggle. The path is very, very like specific about how high it will go. It has to go at a certain... So we might be able to just do a little bit of a terrain modification here. To flatten everything to this surface's level. No. Can we go down? Can we flatten it to... I may need to just push slightly. But we want it exact. I want it really, really exact. And this is going to bug me so much if it's not. Let's make it smaller length as well. Still intersecting terrain. Still really struggling with it. It's just so slightly out. How do I get the terrain to be precise? We need it to be exactly right. Try some smoothing. Of course, this was always going to never work, wasn't it? I'm not having it going up and then down. Oh my goodness, that's going to drive me nuts. So what are we going to do here? I'm going to Control Z a lot of it. I'm going to go back to where we were with it. Maybe. We need to go at this from another direction. Hey, I'm still learning here, guys, okay? We need to come out a little bit and then start going down. So from this particular part of it, I don't think we're going to be able to build a path that will join up. Just because of the way the landscape goes. So I'm just going to delete this off. I just wanted to see. So maybe the entrance to Big Cat Mountain will be a different way. And we'll go around the edge or something rather than... Excuse me, right up the middle. What is going on with my hiccupiness? I do not know. So let's put in a path again. Okay, we're going with a really, like... Oh, it worked! My staircase to Big Cat Mountain worked. Okay, and I would like to do the same across here as well. So I'm just gonna sort of... Just to get everything kind of squared off as well. I'm going to increase the length of the path. I will be putting back in curly-whirly paths and stuff, obviously. Wouldn't be me if I didn't have curly-whirly paths, but... I just want to make sure this is vaguely... These are my ways into... Okay. There we are. Those work fine. Those are my ways into Big Cat Mountain. Okay, so now I can probably just get rid of, like... a lot of this path here, because I don't really want wiggly squiggly. I want wiggly squigglies. I don't want big old straight paths. Okay. And I will terrain paint it as well, just to match. And then we can do a cheetah pen. What is that? Why is that up in the middle of the sky? It's the zoo's sky boulder, guys. I wonder if I can get rid of that. Bye-bye, Sky Boulder. Okay, let's go back to deleting paths. So what do you guys think of Big Cat Mountain? I'm quite proud of myself because this is the first time I've actually had any kind of different terrain up here, and I think it's really nice to have something that's a little different. I can always just use the flatten tool and maybe some cubes and stuff just to mess things up around the outside. I can make things a bit bigger around the back here as well if I want. So obviously the front here will probably be staying about the same. And like I say, we'll probably be making some slightly more rugged pens up here. But it's good to start building flat and then add texture later, because otherwise you're in the right state with doing the barriers and things. So I'm gonna need to just get rid of all this random stripiness. I need to do the same over and like that. You can see that there's a path there from there's a path there as well. A couple of the pens are a bit stripy looking. So ideally what I want to do is to terrain paint some long grass back in. I think that's what's happened there. Most of this is originally long grass, so as you see, you just paint that back in. What happens is when you put a path down, it cuts the grass, puts in short grass, and that gives that more sort of green look to it. So just to get it back to kind of how I wanted it to be originally, get rid of all trace of that path I tried to make up there. Okay, let's make a cheetah pen. In fact, we're going to need probably some staff stuff and things like that up here as well. I know, even just to keep a pen in a staff room would probably be enough, just a small one. And we'll need some electricity up here too. So let's make some more paths, but let's make some cool paths. So what I kind of want, some cool funky paths that wiggle around the outside. And then I'll probably Then put all the pens in places just around here. There we are. So this is Big Cat Mountain. It goes round this way to that way. And then we'll probably have a staff path to staff on... Yeah. I've got it. Right, so the guests go around in a big circle and they look at all the pens and they're really super happy. Okay, we'll put some gulpy sodas and stuff around too. And then there's a staff path around the back. Oh, don't tell me. This is why I flattened it, guys. I love Control Z. Control Z is my friend. Is that good enough now? Apparently not. Let's just delete that little bit of path there. I think that was getting in the way of some of my terrain sculpting. That's what we needed. Okay. Back to a staff path. And again, this is why I didn't want to put too much ruggedness into the terrain. Right. Have some nice drink. So, I'm going to need a few staff buildings around here and some electricity quickly. So I'm going to firstly want, and I still haven't done my work areas, I'm aware of this, but Big Cat Mountain is far more interesting than work areas, right? Okay, so I'm going to need a couple of these just to cover that area. Or would wind turbines cover a lot? No, wind turbines actually cover a smaller area. Kind of need one about there. Actually, I don't even know if their pens are gonna need, like, electricity. So actually, why don't we do the electricity later? Why don't we put in the staff facilities first? So what we're gonna want, and as I say, I'm gonna use New World Keeper huts and things. So let's have a New World large Keeper hut. Doesn't seem too bad. And I'll just sort of stay along here, along this little path. In fact, we could even have them like that. That actually looks cool. And a small staff room as well. I don't think we need anything huge. Keeper hut, quarantine, research center, large staff room. Well, if that's all we're allowed... I'm actually going to redo this path a little bit. Well, I like the idea that... So I'm just going to like straighten it out slightly along here. I like the idea of kind of having those guys in behind. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to delete the path here. And then I'm going to put in a large staff room over here. Because I really like this. How cute is that? Oh, mega cute. This might need to come forward a little bit just so that the path will snap. And unfortunately that tiny bit of path there is completely in the way. Get out my way. But there we go. We've got our keeper hut and we've got our little staff room there. And then we can start just building loads of cool things. And our little staff area there can expand. It's got actually probably more room than some other bits down here, honestly. So, Big Cat Mountain is go. And we're going to start off with seeing if we can actually buy some cheetahs. Because we don't even have any. Oh gosh, I really wanted the cheetahs today. Let's see if we can at least buy them by the end of the episode. But I've made an entire new part of the zoo. And it's a really cool part, and I think if I hadn't spent so much time on it, it would have just been another boring flat bit of the zoo. I don't want a boring flat zoo, okay? Right, there are lots of cheetahs for sale. I should be able to get a breeding pair for 1,000, and I do have 1,000. So I haven't really gotten many credits today, just because I haven't. So let's have a look at you. You're not the most fantastic in the world. And I think we're releasing into the wild, aren't we? We're not even trading today. You've got really good fertility, though. And you've got some good other things. So you would make a good pair. You're only 5 years old. I'm going to just have a quick look at the Zoopedia. I want to know whether 5 years old is old or not for a cheetah. The land requirement's 700, so it's not too much. We could get quite a few different big cats in here. And Big Cat Mountain is going to have... I don't know whether the lions and stuff are going up here, though. Ooh. Or whether I'm going to be more like other things. I don't know. Right, so they are sexually mature at 12 and sexually sterile. And they... are promiscuous. And easy to reproduce. So we'll get loads of baby cheetahs by the looks of that. So I'm not too worried about that then. So let's just have a little bit of... Oh, it's a cheap one. Yes. Not very long-lived, but if we get a long-lived male with no immunity... Yeah, we could breed that. We could totally do that. What kind of grouping do they have? Oh gosh, I haven't even looked. Yeah, I need to know these things though, even if I lose a deal. 1 to 3. Up to 1 male. Up to 1 female. Right, so we don't need a massive pen for them. Oh, so sometimes you can have 3 males together as a bachelor group. But only 1 female will live on her own. Oh my goodness, that's going to be harder then. We might need a couple of different pens of cheetahs then, possibly. Might need... But I'll get 2 to start with and we'll see. But this is going to be a bit more tricky. Yes, of course. So the cheetahs list is going crazy right now. But I know what I'm doing, what I'm looking for. Okay, I am going to keep on with this. I'll build their pen and stuff next episode. That one got fertility issues? Yeah. Gosh. But I'm not happy with that 665. The cheaper ones just went straight away. But I've spent too long like getting all these conservation credits together to lose them now. Super expensive cheetahs. But yeah, this list is gonna... Oh! We'll buy... No, 394. Fertility's rubbish. What about you? Fertility's still pretty rubbish. Keep refreshing. Okay, I'm going to end the episode there. And we're going to keep refreshing. We'll build the cheetah's pen next time, and we'll get going with some cheetah breeding. But Big Cat Mountain is go, basically. It's gonna be so cool up here. I mean, so basically this is Africa land. That's going to expand out to this way. Big Cat Mountain's going up the hill. We could maybe get a few little exhibits or whatever there. Or I can just do planting along here. And then I don't know where I'm going to put Monkey Island yet. Monkey Island could maybe even go over here or something. But you know this really huge zoo area. That's starting to fill up quite fast, isn't it? I mean, it's still only like about a quarter of the way, but it's looking beautiful, I think. I'm really enjoying the way I'm decorating it, and I'm enjoying the fact that we can do different things with terrain to make interesting points. I may even do a couple more plateaus and mountains and things just to break it up. So I hope you enjoyed watching me do a little bit of creation there of my big cat mountain. I'll maybe be able to, like, once I put some of the pens and things in, take a nice screenshot of it or something and then put that on my thumbnail or whatever. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, then please do leave me a like below. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe. I'll let you know when the videos are out. I hope to see you next time. In the meantime though, please look after yourselves and keep being awesome.